Hello, and welcome to the comfiest edition of Red Half-Assed Reviews.
I was going to say, what? There's no Red Couch here today.
Yeah. I think we've done like more half-assed reviews than I've done actual Red Couch reviews now.
Yeah, but that's pretty much because your computer won't let you upload the others.
It's true. I hate you, computer. Not really. You've done a good service for years. Anyway, this is also, sadly, the lovely Miss Jess Brell's final review with us, as she is heading back to Australia.
Only for a little while.
Yeah, it's only 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, well, I'll still be watching movies by then.
Yeah,
hopefully.
absolutely.
So we decided to go out with a bang, and we went to see Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters.
In 3D.
In fucking 3D.
And you forgot your contacts.
Surprise, surprise, the guy who hates CGI also hates 3D. I'm just a lame snob.
Surely you've done movies in 3D before this one, haven't you?
I've seen movies in 3D before. I don't...
No, I mean like reviewed.
Oh. 3D
3D movies before. The Hobbit wasn't in 3D, was it?
No, it wasn't. I don't know if I have for this. Anyway. So, what did you think?
Oh, it was terrible. Right off the bat, it was terrible. But, man, there was some witty dialogue in there. There really wasn't.
I was going to say, The Last Stand had weird dialogue.
The Last Stand was awesome, and you know it.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, brief synopsis. Spoiler-free one. Go.
Okay, so...
No, not synopsis. Brief, like, a synopsis of what you felt about the film.
Oh, okay. So, it was terrible. I won't see it again. It's one that I will probably have a dubbed party for.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I think that was because I enjoyed the experience. The movie was funny as hell, but because it was so bad. There are things that I really like. I was really quite impressed with the 3D in this. This is probably one of the best 3D films I've seen. Like the opening and whatnot credits were really well done.
Yeah, because it doesn't do like atmospheric 3D where the whole 3D is that there's a little bit of depth. It actually does real 3D,
it
like
gives you
Drive
that
Angry
depth.
3D. Which
I didn't see Drive Angry 3D.
Yeah, it's my favorite 3D. But it's where they actually use it as part of the medium more so than just having like...
I mean, I hate 3D because it hurts my eyes after a while. So I got to take glasses off. And I was thinking to myself during the movie, and I'm like, I remember when it was red and blue pixeled on screen. And
so overall, you thought it was terrible?
Oh, it was terrible, but it was a fun
experience.
You know, there are some really good things that I'll get into later, but yeah.
That's fair. I think this movie, this movie was not very good. I enjoyed parts of it. There were aspects of it I liked. But it wasn't, like, not very good to the point that I can have a lot of fun with it. Not in the same way as, like Sick or Troll 2 or The Room or anything like that. But also not terrible in the sense of something like Transformers 2 where it pissed me off. Like, I was never mad because I didn't expect anything.
Like, I didn't facepalm through this film. I giggled my ass off.
I facepalmed a few times, but I'll get to that
but,
later.
Like, there was no real moments where there was like a, ugh.
Yeah.
Why am I here?
So yeah, overall, the aspects of it I did like were, I think the visual effects for the lead witch were amazing. And I think they did her very well.
I think all the witches were done really
all
well.
the witches were done really well, and you can tell there was a lot of effort put into them. Like, there was a lot of creativity, and when they had, later on when you see more of the witches than just, like, one or two, you can really see the effort and the thought that they went to not make them all the same. Which I appreciated, but it suffers from a pretty lackluster script, and whatever, it's an action movie, it's not supposed to have the greatest script, but a pretty lackluster script, and I felt a lot of performances that, for lack of a better term, it appeared they just didn't give a shit at certain points, where people were just saying lines incredibly nonchalantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you got that too, but there was.
I did too. Like,
there was a few times where
Jeremy Renner looked bored the entire film.
Yeah, like that's. I guess bored would be the best way of saying it. Like, oh no, there's witches. I guess we have to get them. Yeah, nothing we've dealt with haven't dealt with before, right, Gretel? Yeah, that's right.
Goddamn witches.
Goddamn witches. Here I am. This is my brother. And I guess you could argue they're going for like, we're so cool, we don't need to. Because seriously, there's so many times in this movie where they do the gun like over the shoulder.
Yeah, over the
pose.
shoulder thing. And there was a scene there where Jeremy Renner didn't even have a gun, so he picks up a stick and does it.
Yeah, it's just like, this is how cool people walk.
It was just, oh,
it's pretty good. Anyway, we're running out of time on the first video. So, Babe Rundown.
Famke Janssen.
Who's that?
Lead witch.
The lead bad witch? The wife from Taken?
Yeah.
She's the wife from Taken.
She was also my favorite character in quite a few things.
That's fair. I guess there's not a lot of men for you to choose from.
I'm not a big Gemma Arterton fan. Like, I really liked her in Centurions, but that's because she wore a dog collar and had, like, that perfectly cropped fringe thing that a lot of women can't pull off. For men, like...
You have to go with Renner. Who else do you go with? Edward?
Edward had his...
I liked Edward. We'll get to Edward in...
We'll get to Edward in spoilers.
In the spoiler section. Edward's awesome.
Alright.
I was totally Team Edward in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, it's really easy. It would be... there's a woman with red hair who plays...
the Good Witch?
Yeah, the Good Witch. She's,
yeah! Oh.
What?
Spoiler, Good Witch, Bad Witch.
You could tell that's not a secret. They were shadowing that.
They did. Like, the...
Subtle as a brick in the small of my back on that one. They were not very subtle. So yeah, anyway, she has red hair and she was super gorgeous.
She was smoking.
I thought she was super pretty and she had a nice high
I'm not
accent.
one for fake redheads. So.
Was it fake? I didn't think it was fake. Anyway, final verdict, Jess. What are you going to give this?
I'm giving this a 2 out of 5 Bill Nyes. This movie was G-Force.
G-Force. That's harsh.
It's not
for the reasons you listed, I suppose.
Like there was I really enjoyed certain aspects of this film, like the 3D. There was some really good slow-mo sequences. There was some really cool action sequences, but overall dialogue was terrible. The actors looked like they didn't give a shit. It was put together with
not all the actors. That's not fair, because I think the lead witch looked like she gave a shit. I think she really
Oh yeah,
she was having a blast with her role.
Best, but, yeah, no, I had a good movie experience. I'm really glad to have gone out on this movie because so many people have come back to us and said, "Oh my god, it's so bad," or "Oh my god, I really enjoyed it."
And it is so bad, but
it's not one that I'm going to.
With low enough expectations and enough boredom, you can enjoy it. I'm going to give this movie a 1.5 out of 5 Nicolas Cages.
Oh my god, is this the lowest rated movie?
This is the lowest rated movie. Having said that, I do like this movie better than Les Mis.
Well, of course.
By a lot. And I give Les Mis a 2, but I give Les Mis a 2 because for craftsmanship and effort and acting and stuff like this. Like, this is not a good movie. But I still enjoyed it. Sick is a 0 out of 5 stars.
Absolutely,
but it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
You did it.
This movie, 1.5 Nicolas Cages out of 5. This movie, Season of the Witch, feelingly enough.
Oh my god.
Which would have, ironically, made this film 1,000 times better if Nicolas Cage showed up at the end with his long hair.
If Nick Cage was in this film, I'd be like,
what?
With
Ron Perlman to take off this witch. Oh, that'd be amazing. Hansel and Gretel meets Nick Cage from Season of the Witch. Bowman.
And I mean, the witch, like, the witch demon form in Season of the Witch did look very, very similar to a lot of the witches.
Yeah, except that this witch didn't have a fucking retarded voice. Oh, that was awful. Anyway, we're not reviewing Season of the Witch. So yeah, I give it a 1.5. If you saw the trailer and thought it looked good, then go see it, because the trailer made it look, I think, almost worse.
If you haven't seen the R trailer yet, and you haven't seen the film, look at the R
trailer. See the R trailer. It's way more accurate. But anyway, we'll be back with some spoilers and a more in-depth discussion and talking about the trailers
Bye, guys.
shortly.